Hey guys, how's it going? Alright, so what we're going to be talking about in this video are the fundamentals of game. Now, it's been a while since I jumped back into this, and I've been having a lot of people asking about this lately, and I honestly didn't know people like these videos so much, so I was trying to space them out a little bit more. But now that I know, sorry, my bad. Alright, so in this video, I'm going to go through one of my favorite fundamentals. This is one of the biggest key factors in you being really good with women. With that being said, let's get into the video.
That gon' hurt my average. I said, thank God I ain't average. Yeah, I'm a bright young man. Kill the GPA and the BPM.
Talk about assuming the positive. Now, this is going to be something that's very fucking key to a lot of people's game, and it's honestly, out of all the fundamentals, if there's one piece that'll help like kind of a cascade effect of like the other fundamentals, this is the one. Why a lot of guys become naturals, because they start assuming the positive so heavily because they just had a stream of all this good shit happening to them, or they just like brainwash themselves into thinking that everything is positive and that, you know, all the attention on them is good. Now, assuming the positive comes down to a lot of different things. It comes down to your beliefs about the world, things that happened previously to you, how the world's interacted with you thus far. I decided to drop this motherfucker. It drops, and it's supposed to drop. Like, the world up to this point has told me that it drops. Now, your world, whenever you approach a girl, maybe your world tells you that you're not supposed to be good with girls. Maybe it tells you that you approach a girl, now the girl is supposed to treat you bad because previously, all the times previous, the same way that when I dropped the book, they're supposed to reject you. Now, this is where you're fucking up. This is causing a lot of bad, like, little tics in your body. It's causing you to act in a certain way that's maybe not the best when it comes to women. So what I want to get you guys doing is assuming a better world, assuming that women like you a lot more. And it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of mental kind of manipulation.
Hello motherfuckers, we grabbed a clip from an awesome YouTube channel called All Def. The video is called Ugly Guys vs Hot Guys Blindfold Test if you want to check it out. But for our own intents and purposes, we are going to break this down in our own endearing, creepy way that only a pickup artist can.
Fellas, are you here?
Hello, darling.
We're here, baby.
Hi. First date, where are we going?
Like putt-putting, like miniature golf.
Putt-putting.
Basically, I'm gonna take you to where kids go and try to feel on your booty in front of family members.
Oh. Number two, where are we going?
I'll take you to Doomy's Home Cooking Kitchen. It's a vegan restaurant.
Oh.
A home cooking kitchen.
Are you being serious or are you playing right now?
I'm serious.
I'm a carnivore.
Carnivore? I mean...
She like meat.
So would you let your wife work while you stay at home?
Hell yeah, she don't have to. Cause I work at night, I'm a comedian.
So she's doing all the work, basically.
No, she not doing all the work. I'm hustling for the future, you hustling for today.
Give me your idea of romance.
Romance to me, really is just like time away. Like, let's just go get away.
Like on a trip.
Yeah, but not too far.
Like a staycation.
A staycation,
Okay.
maybe like up the street.
Up the street where?
Like at the Snooty Fox.
What's the Snooty Fox?
It's a motel
Oh.
on Western.
Oh.
They got mirrors in the ceiling.
The most romantic thing I've done. I took my girlfriend to Barbados for 3 weeks. And then we went jet skiing. And she's from Barbados too, so she got to see her mom. You know, we got to spend quality time together.
Are you talking about Rihanna?
Right, that's what I was gonna say.
Well, I think I've heard enough.
You got gold nails? That's hot.
Number one, I like where your head's at.
And I think I am going to go with number one.
Although it does sound like you are balling it on a really tight, frugal, low budget.
I think I'm gonna have to go with what?
Number one is you all day.
She trying to get her booty felt on in front of the kids, y'all.
I will say my feet hurt so bad. Contestant number one, can you rub my feet for me, please?
Hey, I got you. I got
Can you help us with that?
I was finna say, I didn't even see you got on boots.
My feet hurt so bad.
Spicy. Remember? You remember me?
Let's go ahead and see who I chose.
You chose a real one. You chose a real one. She chose. We've been smoking before this anyway.
Before I tell you guys how to assume more of the positive, I want to tell you guys all the different things you need to focus on to assume the positive. Now, it's a lot easier when it sounds like... Alright, so when it just comes from like the single focal point of approaching a woman, it seems like not a very complex thing. However, what you guys don't know is there's so many different things you can assume the positive about that will actually heavily fucking increase your game that you guys are not even implementing. So let's go into it. Approach girl from the vibe you give off, from the tone, from the eye contact, from the other fundamentals that you're taking in place, from your tone. Is it really fast? Does it sound really grounded? The way you look at her. Does it look really grounded? Are you getting any weird tics when you're talking to her? Is your shoulders hiking up when you're approaching her? Does it look like you're kind of like not all the way in it? Like you're kind of assuming like she's gonna, you know, maybe like hit you or something like that? Like when you approach her, or maybe like you're coming with a high five. You're like, high five. You're looking at her as you're passing by to see if she still likes you. See if she's like actually giving you like the response back that you want so you can go in and approach. That's stupid. By doing this, by high-fiving and like, oh shit, is this girl gonna like, you know, give me a good reaction? You're assuming that girls care about looks a lot more than they do. And by doing this, you're instantly looking a lot less attractive because girls do heavily look at personality when it comes to attraction. All right, now the next one is assuming the entire night's gonna be fucking awesome and so much fucking fun. Now, by doing this, it helps you get in the state a lot faster. Now, by assuming this before you even go out, you start getting excited. Now, when I used to work with RSD Immersion, the first week or two for a student was always the best. Now, the reason being is because they're so fucking excited. However, by week 2, week 3, week 4, they're so exhausted and they're also kind of getting used to me. They're getting used to the Vegas clubs. They're not so cool as they used to be. So now their excitement's dropping. Their state drops. Hard to get in the state because now they're fucking just like, you know, starting to relax and not take it so seriously. Maybe not have as much fun because now it just seems maybe laborious, which is not so great when it comes to game. You want to take game from like a fun kind of atmosphere. Taking it as like work is going to make it hard to get in the zone. So what you want to do is assume the entire night's going to be fucking awesome. You have an infinite amount of girls, an infinite amount of time. You have nothing but fun. This is basically your fucking playground. So when you walk into the fucking club, that's the mindset. You guys want to have a positive assumption about the night. I assume it's my fucking playground. I'm going to fucking play with it. It's going to have a lot of fun. No matter what the fuck I do, I'm taking a girl home tonight. I can approach as many girls as I want. I can like spend as much time as I want in the club. There's no restrictions. I basically have nothing but freedom and fun. Now by taking this kind of mindset, it makes it a lot easier for me to roll into the zone. Because I'm assuming it's going to be a lot more fun as opposed to maybe thinking more apprehensively. Like, all right, let's take on a different mindset. Let's take on the mindset that, oh, I'm going here to do work. I'm going here to do work. I'm going to get rejected a lot. I'm assuming I'm going to get rejected a lot. It's going to be kind of painful. It's not going to be fun. It's going to be kind of... It's not going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of work. Now, by taking on this frame, now you're not, when you approach a girl and you're like, hey, how's it going? I think you're cute. No, like, expression, not looking like you're having any fun. The girl's going to be more likely to reject you. And now because you're also taking on this mindset too, you're not having fun. So because of the absence of fun, it makes it harder to get in the zone. So now your state stays pretty stagnant. If anything else, it probably drops a little bit. Maybe it drops really fast. Now, it can be really hard to continually approach and not get Again, motherfucker. Another little strategy is when you approach people, assume they already like you. Assume that you're already their friend. Now, when you do this, what happens is you're going to give up all the right sub-communications that they should like you. You're actually going to almost, the same way that when I approach a girl and I want her to like, put me in a certain category, I'll approach the guy and put me in a certain category of maybe one of his friends instantaneously because I am already acting like one of those guys who would be one of his friends. Now, the more I assume this, the more I'm going to become his friend. It's kind of like a frame battle of sorts. So when I approach somebody, so this is what goes on in my mind when I approach somebody. So first thing I do is I look at them head to toe and I try to get a good feel for them. And then I'll try to pick something off the immediate character I get off them. And I'll be like, so let's say it's like an old lady. Let's say there's an old lady. Maybe she's a great mom. Maybe if I see like somebody who's very like big, very stern, maybe has a big beard, I'm assuming they're a hard worker. And I'm gonna approach them from that kind of mindset. Maybe they're a masculine kind of guy. Maybe that's something that I really want around me. So I approach the guy. Now I'm going to think about these two things when I'm talking to him. Now I'm going to have a better light of him. And because I have this better light and because I already assume he's my friend when I approach him, it's going to be a lot easier for him to actually be my friend. And it's a lot easier for me to be charismatic in the conversation. All right, so this is a good little tactic if none of you guys have a hard time with this. Now, another really cool strategy to use with this is let's say I'm approaching like a foursome, okay? All right, let's say it's like one girl, two guys, and one girl. They're all friends. None of them are dating. All right, so I approach. And I approach the girl that I really like. However, the other three people in the interaction, I'm already assuming they're my friend. So I'm already giving off a warm kind of vibe towards them. So when I'm talking to the girl that I like, now the other guys are like, oh yeah, I really like this guy for whatever reason. Yeah, no, hang out with her, have fun. Now because I'm actually like viewing them as like friends as opposed to maybe like obstacles. Now the interaction is 100, like it's 100% different. It's a completely different beast. All right, just because I viewed the friends differently than I did previous. This is how frames come about, and this is why frames are so powerful when it comes to like a game and approaching people in general. Now, what about when a girl says a snide comment to you? Let's say that a girl maybe tries to shit test you. How do you guys view the shit test? Are you guys viewing the shit test as a positive? Or are you guys viewing the shit test as a negative? Now, however you guys feel about the shit test is going to react the way that you use intonation, the way you use your tone, the words you say. And like maybe if you're in your head, maybe like you'll get like a nasty look on your face, maybe a bad expression. Maybe like when you hear a shit test, however, maybe you're getting really excited because now the girl's trying to test you and she's gonna test you and find out how dope you are. So now you're getting a little bit more excited. Now you're like, oh shit, she's gonna find out how fucking cool I am. Now because I'm thinking this, now I'm actually getting excited, maybe a little cocky about it. Maybe I'm like, maybe I'm giving her a look like, all right, you want to fucking shit test me? Let's do this. Now because I'm doing that, now it's more assuming the positive. Now it's more towards fundamentals of the game. All right, now what are some ways that you can start assuming the positive? I talked a lot about this. However, it's a lot tougher to assume the positive than a lot of people think. Now, Jordan Peterson actually talks about this in his book, if you guys have ever read it. He talks about how if you get a lot of creatures in the same area, there's generally got to become hierarchy. Everything in the world, whenever it comes to the same species, stuff like that, there's a hierarchy. You're going to kind of start feeling out whether or not somebody's above you or below you. And it's kind of just natural. It's a natural inborn thing. Now, your brain up to this point, up to you watching this video, based on how women have treated you up to this point, you have a certain assumption about them. All right? Your brain is going to do this to you no matter what the fuck you want. Like, it's either going to make you more introverted, and it's going to make you more kind of like, beta, like, hunched shoulders, kind of a little more like tense in your body, or it's going to make you more fucking alpha. And it's going to make you a little more like of a cocky motherfucker. Maybe like somebody's really confident when it comes to women. Now, it can go either way. When it comes to getting better at this, what are some things that you can do? How can you make yourself assume the positive better? It just sounds like something that'd be pretty tough to do. Now, our bodies are biologically made to sense hierarchy, okay? Now, over the course of your life, your body's either told you you're not worthy of talking to girls or you are. You're either more of a natural or you're not. You're either somebody that when somebody comes to you and is a little bit more aggressive, that you shut down, or you're somebody that gets really loud. Like, you're one of those kind of people, all right? And your body has told you how to react in these situations. All right, so now I'm going to teach you guys how to unwire this in case you don't have this in the more positive direction. The first thing you guys can do is visualize. Visualization is a really good kind of thing to do. What I'll do is every night, 15 minutes, I'll kind of visualize myself approaching girls and them going well. All right, in the same way, I would also, maybe before I go out, I'll visualize my approach and the approach working. It's just essentially how I do it. Now, when you're out and about approaching, here are a couple tricks that you guys can use. The first one is when you approach somebody, the act of approaching is what makes you fucking awesome. Because you approached, you're that one in like a 10,000 kind of guy that would be willing to approach a girl when he's sober. Probably even less than that, honestly, if you think about today's society. A lot of us are very sheltered nowadays. We're not used to talking to random strangers. It seems like a very scary thing to do. Or if you guys want to take it more the extreme option, this is what I call a romp. Whenever I go out for a long period of time, essentially I just brainwash the ever-loving shit out of myself. So even when I get rejected, what I'll do is I'll tell myself that I got rejected because I'm too awesome. I'm too suave, and I was way too out of her league. So she instantly saw that, so she rejected me. Which honestly is one reason why girls would reject you, but I will tell myself this story over and over to the extent that it's almost just hyper narcissistic. And what this will do is, it will get you like, where you think you're almost like a god or emperor type guy, and when you get in this kind of zone, ladies generally have it a lot easier and a lot faster. Alright, now another thing you guys can do is just get better. You can get better at game, and then like girls will start reacting better to you because you're better at game. Now this is more of a long-term strategy. As you guys get better at game and you guys can kind of more barricade yourselves off to the outside world, maybe control your thoughts better. Maybe when you approach somebody, you are a lot better at conversing now. And now because you're better at conversing, generally speaking, as long as the girl's single, you do pretty well. Now another little thing that I'll do is affirmations. Now I'll write affirmations all throughout my house. Like I'll have them written on my window, I'll have them on sticky notes, I'll have them in different spots. Maybe right above the door. When I'm about to leave the house, I like, okay, you're a fucking king, you're a fucking emperor, you're the shit. I'll put all this stuff everywhere, and I'll just brainwash myself thinking that I'm a god. Obviously, this is very like, it's very woo-woo sounding, it's very like extreme. So if you're not like a hardcore pickup artist, I apologize. This is not like probably made for you. This is not the video that you should be looking for. If you're just planning on like, I don't know, picking up a single girl at work or something like that. But if you're a hardcore gamer like me, this is probably really illuminating for you, and I hope it does help you out. Alright guys, that's pretty much all I want to say in this video. If you guys have any questions, leave them below. And with that being said, peace out.
People wonder how we get it. I tell them don't chase the money, chase the vision. Put your people in position. Turn that water into wine. Watch me grind.